Hello, this is Kristi Sanders from planyourmeetings.com. Today is February the 3rd. It is the opening day of the MPI PEC-NA. There was a reception last night, which was held at the convention center. And the big question was the event at the convention center going to be as cool as it was last year? Last year, the opening reception was held at the aquarium in New Orleans. The answer, not quite, but there were a lot of really interesting things that they did. One of the things was they put the entertainment on a platform above the audience. So as people could walk from station to station and get a literal taste of Houston, they also were treated to a jazz band outside or a classical quartet above their heads or someone singing pop songs a little further down the corridor. So that was really neat. You got an instant sense of what the restaurants were like, what kind of food and beverage was available, some really innovative ideas like an ice bar which lasts for 18 hours. People were pouring tequila shots down them, that kind of thing. Really neat strawberry gazpacho in chocolate cups. I toured the hall with a planner who was her first time at MPI, one of the events, and she didn't realize that you didn't need to eat dinner before you came. I'm proud to say that she sampled plenty. But for those of you who haven't been to an MPI PEC yet, on opening night, the reception, there's going to be a ton of food because what they do is they invite the best restaurants from that city so you can go and taste and sample and see what each one has to offer. Speaking of food, outside the convention center, there's a really cool new restaurant. It's called The Grove. And The Grove restaurant is a part of this whole Discovery Green Park area. The park area that they're developing in Houston, it should be completed by October 2008, and it will have not only this restaurant called The Grove, which is an upscale, and then they also have a more casual bar upstairs. They have meeting space and a private dining room, and then they also have a second floor deck with another private dining space as well, and a tequila bar. Across the park from that is going to be the lake house. The lake house will serve burgers, fries, that kind of thing. And it will also overlook a lake. They are building a 1-acre lake across from the convention center. So if you're having meetings in the convention center, not only are you attached to a convention center hotel, you're also in between a basketball arena and a football stadium. You will now have 2 restaurants right there, plus a lake and an outdoor amphitheater. I'm going to be coming back probably in October for the SATW convention, which is Society for American Travel Writers. So I'm looking forward to see what all is completed and what it's going to look like. The opening session today, the speaker was Tim Sanders, and his speech, there was a big emphasis on corporate social responsibility, or CSR. And the buzzword for the first couple of speakers today was revolution, which is not something you usually think about in context with meeting planners. But their whole argument is that it's a responsibility revolution that's coming down the pike. And as meeting planners or event producers, or as Tim Sanders likes to call them, executive producers who are creating the movies of the corporate world, meeting planners have the power to shape the message, the vehicle for the message, and all the elements of the meeting so that everything from the green elements, the carbon footprint, the way people learn, the messages they learn, the entertainment they have, the meaning that has for the company or your client, whether or not the client is helping and giving back to the community, all these are things that meeting planners have power over, and so they are at the forefront of this revolution, if they choose to be, and they can revolutionize the way we do business. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of paradigm shift is going to happen in the next couple of years, because definitely there's an increased desire from people in their 20s and 30s and teens, and people who are entering the workforce now, who they're willing to take pay cuts to work for a company that has a great social reputation. Part of the way MPI was implementing some of these initiatives, as far as reducing the carbon footprint, 100% of the energy was offset by the city of Houston with wind energy. Instead of disposable plastic cups, everybody was issued a water bottle when they checked in. It's all recycled paper. Things are printed on. Everything's digital as much as it can be. Things, when it's printed, are printed with organic inks. The buses are biodiesel, low emission. So they've really been working hard to walk the walk. We had a press conference earlier today with Bruce McMillan, who is the president of MPI, and also Angie Pfeiffer, who is now the chairwoman. So I will post that later today. But tonight, the big thing is the Super Bowl, which is good. Originally, they had scheduled the trade show to happen during Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm glad that that was something they decided to scrap as we went down the line. Tonight's big rendezvous, it's going to be at Warehouse Live. So I've got a lot to tell you about tomorrow. So for now, signing off, this is Kristi Sanders from planyourmeetings.com. Thanks.